Good day, viewers. You are welcome back to this channel, the channel where we educate ourselves on all issues related to land and landed property. We educate ourselves on the steps you follow when you want to obtain or want to purchase your land. We educate ourselves on the steps you follow when you want to obtain necessary documents from the government. Today, we shall be looking at a very critical aspect of our environment. And what is it? We're referring to the informal open space or informal urban space. This informal open space are there occupied just by anybody, unplanned. Look at this picture. This picture is showing you the organizer that is doing his business within just an open space. Ditto for the woman that is roasting a plantain within an open space. We have a POS also located within this space. Should we plan for this space? Should we take cognizance of the informal sector of our economy? Or should we just believe that the informal sector of our economy should be left unplanned for? That is the reason why the Lagos State government decided magnanimously that these people who contribute so much to the economy should definitely be planned for. And that is why we have planner Daisi Osho, who happens to be the general manager of the Lagos State Planning, Environmental and Monitoring Authority that is responsible for the management of these incidental open spaces. He's with me right away in the studio. Let's go.
Now, there's something about informal spaces. A lot of Nigerians will not understand what informal space means. Let's start from there. What can we say is informal space? And can you just give an example using roadsides?
Okay.
Now, so they will understand how these informal spaces came into being and how they started existing.
Okay. Let me first of all let you know what informal urban spaces are.
Yes.
Now, informal urban space are spaces that are being designated, areas that have been designated for the purpose of protecting critical government infrastructures or for the purpose of future expansion of roads, and then, of course, to receive urban furnitures or underground infrastructures such as fiber cables, water pipelines, the water pipe for water hyacinths, and the electricity cables. All of this we need to do. So those are the things that are there.
Yeah.
So we have two types of land. We have the formal land and we have the informal
land.
Now, for the formal land, they are actually lands that have title either in the name of the person or a corporate body. They have definite space. They are defined. They are defined, and they have a nomenclature attached to it. So the name of the owner is attached to either individual or corporate body. So that is formal land. And all those lands are warehoused with lands bureau, and they actually superintend over all of that. But when you're talking about informal urban space, this has landed areas or spaces that, like I told you earlier, that have been designated for the purpose of, future expansion of this, of development of roads, or for future developments, and then, of course, it is there for the purpose of making sure that government infrastructure, either under that has to pass through that corridor, you understand, has a place dedicated for such. So basically, that is what is called informal urban space. And of course, we also have what is called informal open space. See, there's a difference between the two. Now, the difference is this. The other one was planned for. This other one was not intended. And what it means is that all informal open space are spaces that didn't meet the required standard of a space, of that place that is being planned for. And it came up unintentionally during the course of planning, and it is accessible to the public. So those are the lands that we call pieces of land. Pieces of land. So those are the lands that they don't meet the required standard. You know, the land is not regular in shape. You understand? So, and as planners are working on the space, so the question is, some areas you just the cutoff, and then those places that are cut off that didn't meet that required standard becomes the incidental open space.
And these are the spaces people now use.
So are people now informal? So are people now go in there and begin to do
business,
their things?
And
that accounted for why the urban face of Lagos is so chaotic, so disorganized. You and I, we cannot be proud of to say, oh, this is a beautiful urban face Lagos. No. As a town planner, I am not.
And now you're saying you're not proud of it. So is this where you came into the picture now to, or you coming into the picture now to now try to make it something you will be proud of and Lagos will be proud of to have a face?
Exactly. So now this government MDA, that is Lagos State Planning and Environmental Monitoring Authorities, are actually there to now plan this informal urban spaces. Today, what some people will call ungoverned place. No, I disagree. The person that is governing everywhere, the whole perimeter called Lagos, is Mr. Governor. Now, the question now is this. Mr. Governor had appointed, people, different agencies, and all of that to go and administer one thing or the other. That you don't have, that there is no, for example, that there is no doctor at a particular place does not necessarily mean that that place is not governed. You understand? It's just that at that point, there is no doctor there. So in this case too, it is not that these spaces are not governed. They are actually governed. But what do you have? You have the non-state actors governing such places. And then they do all their things, and then they put people there, and then they collect money from them, and eventually, what do you have? You have the whole place so disorganized. And let me explain something for you. The misuse that we're talking about, is there a difference between misuse and abuse. So for misuse, we are talking about two different businesses cohabiting on that informal urban space, and the two of them are recipe for disaster. And I can give you an example.
Yeah, go on.
Sometimes in Ladipo, so maybe like last year or a year before, there was an explosion that happened on Ladipo in the Mushi. And what happened? Somebody was peddling gas down the line, and then another woman is here frying her dundu and akara. You understand? Roast, and then there was a leakage from that
gas station.
The person that is selling gas, and then during the course of doing that stuff, gas leaked and
caused an explosion.
So explosion, lost people at that point. And for a governor who have the heart of the people in his heart, who knows the worth of lives and property, who is responsive to issues that concerns the lives and property of the people, like our governor, our middle governor, gave me the appointment, extended his a mandate to me to say, Daisi shall go and go and manage that agency for the purpose of bringing about orderliness, beauty, good use, and making the whole place, look inviting to the extent that there will be efficient use of the land.